American Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
All right. Those numbers look better. I was waiting. I was giving everybody a little bit of time to get in here. I know it seems like it's running late, but as you can see, I was on camera by accident. I've been here the whole time. I just want to give people a chance to get in a little bit. I see a lot of YouTubers do that. They won't actually get things started. But, we got some nice music going for you in the meantime. Got some thumbnails going up. So shout out, welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket live chat and watch party. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, aka Dawn. And it has been a crazy day today with all of the chip stocks going through the roof. SMCI leading the way, NVIDIA, Soxel, you name it, and they were up there in the ceiling. So, hopefully you guys made some money today. If not, let's talk about it. This is a show that's been created by traders, for traders, to do just that. Kick back, relax, decompress after the day's market, and talk about our day trading in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? So there are, there's so many things that we could talk about, but, one thing that I love talking about is the mental aspect of trading, and trading can beat you up. So it's important that you keep a strong mind when you're trading and try to keep your emotions out of it. And that's a hard thing to do. That's probably the hardest thing about trading. But if you can master that and make it part of your process and be consistent with it, you'll make money. All right. And don't give up. But by all means, don't give up. So there are 3 links in the live chat of this video. The first one, thank you, Miranda, as always, baby girl, for always putting up the links for us. You and Arlo are always on top of everything. We've got AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you are not a member of American Dream Trading, that is the link you can click to go to and join. We've got an amazing master class coming up. It's a mastermind class coming up this week. It is Wednesday. I've got a promo that I'm finishing up for it. It's taking me a little bit longer than I thought, but once the conversations get going on here, I'll probably go ahead and try to finish it up if I get a minute while we're on here, and I'll put it on here for you guys. We'll debut it on the Aftermarket. Also, the second link is the link to join the panel. All right. If you had a messed up day in the market and you want to go over your trade, come on up here and talk to us about it. Let us know. Let's try to figure out what went wrong so that we can help you not make those same mistakes. Hopefully you journal and you know what it is and you can just, go right to it and point it out. We can pull it up on the trading view indicators, figure out what time you got in and why, and see if that was the best decision for you to make. If you made money, come on up here and talk to us about it. We need to hear the success stories. This organization moves forward the more successful we all are. Coach said that earlier today. It's not about his income. His income comes from training us and making sure that we love being here and that we're making money. All right. It's a lot of renewals coming up for the VIP, and I hope that there are a lot of you that will be renewing and moving on and continuing to grow with the company. The VIP is where it's at. All right. We all know the premium membership is awesome. You still get Discord. You still get all of the free stuff that's involved in that. But come on, we all know the VIP is where it's at. So if you can rub 2 nickels together and get some money together, if you're not in it, go ahead and do that. Click the services, click the VIP membership right there on AmericanDreamTrading.com. We've got the we've got the VIP, and then we've got the VIP Gold, which adds even more perks onto it. But with the VIP, you get hot stock picks, you get trading view indicators, you get one-on-one type style training with coach, you get monthly monthly workshop classes. Now, to add on to that, with the VIP Gold, you also get weekend workshop classes with David. You get a free one-on-one with a moderator, which you would normally, with the VIP and the premium, you would have to pay for that separately, and you don't get those weekend meetings. You get breakout rooms. You get first dibs at the customer service. So, I mean, you get top priority at customer service. Let's put it that way. You get moved to the front of the line if there's an issue. So there are all kinds of perks involved with the VIP Gold, and you guys should get that. You can get the whole program VIP with the VIP Gold for $5,000 for the year. All right. So you tell me if it's worth it. We got members making that in a day who are VIP members. So you tell me if it's worth it or not. All right. The third link is a link for yours truly. That is the tip jar link. It is host tip jar, which is also located right down here, as you can see in this corner. It is $ host tip jar right on Cash App. If you have a Cash App, that is part of my income. That is also how I get paid. So if you think I'm doing a good job, then definitely throw something in there for me. It is much appreciated. It helps keep things running and keeps the lights on around here. So with that being said, and I may have a situation where if we have a big night, I may go ahead and do a giveaway and split it with a lucky person. I'll go ahead and put the names on the wheel. All depends though. If there's $10 over there, I come on now. But if it's good night, couple $100, hey, I'll split it with you. Hey, it's my way of giving back to the community that gives to me. So I love you guys. And Diesel Dan, you are in that tip jar every night, my friend. I know you don't necessarily want the shout out, but I'm going to give it to you. I appreciate you, bro. Everybody can't do that. I get that. But thank you. You always put something in there every night. And that makes me feel so good because it makes me feel like I did a good job. So thank you. I appreciate you. Let's move on. Mark McSee is in the back. And don't forget, Mark McSee's tip jar is over in the Moderators Lounge right on Discord if you want to tip him as well. He's an amazing co-host, and I love having him on here. So let's get Mark some tips too. Let's go ahead and bring you in, bro. What's going on, Mark? Was that a Miss America wave? Let me turn that music down. You're crazy. Him, Callie. He is crazy.
Do you like that?
I do. I know that laugh anywhere.
That's how a friend found me one day at the football game.
She heard you laughing, or he heard you laughing?
Well, I called out her name, and she goes, I know that voice, Callie. We hadn't seen each other in 15 years. Wow.
You have a distinctive voice and laugh, so anybody could tell you anywhere. If they weren't looking, you know what I mean? Me, I'm blind. I know Callie when I hear her.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that big get together.
Me too, honey. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. How'd you do today? Did you make any money?
I woke up 1,000 up. When I turned on my computer, my 401k was 1,000 up.
I heard you mention that this morning. Good job. What stock was that?
In fact, when I started that, I had 99,900 and something. And I woke up to 108,999.
Okay, so you got a little chunk of change sitting over there.
December,
job,
yeah,
babe.
6th December, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that payout.
I'm telling you, girl, way to go, babe. Way to go. Well, I tell you what, I hope Mark was as lucky. Mark, how'd you do today? Did you just do pre-market today? Mark, we can't hear you, Bo.
If I unmute myself, you wouldn't hear me go. I had.
We got you now.
Yeah, I was 0 for 1 in the pre-market this morning. I was down $45, whatever it was, $47, something like that. And then we've seen that QNRX was moving into pre-market, but I didn't jump in on it. There actually been better to jump in it then, but it took off again on a pre-market. I was watching stocks on our scanner to see if I could pick up, because I'm trying to focus on purpose. I'm doing a purposeful thing. It's not saying I'm not going to play contracts, but I'm trying to do stocks if the opportunity's there.
I
So
know.
I caught that one on a double bottom bounce for a scalp for about probably wasn't even 10 minutes, 8-10 minutes. Made over $200 on that one,
Nice.
and then I made $5 and I think $5.10 a share on fun. I was in that one before Coach started yelling at $12. Because I broke. I was waiting for a bounce there too, or actually that one wasn't a bounce. It was breakthrough through a prior support line, which was a resistance line. It was a strong resistance line. So I got in 10.50, 10.40, whatever
Okay.
it was. So and I rode that one. I rode that Coach's indicators, and then it took off, and then it kept halting, and I think everybody else started jumping in about $12.
Yeah.
So I was already in that for buck and a half before the main group came in and jumped on. I'm not saying there weren't other people in it already, but so I was in
Yeah,
on
we
that
played
one.
this morning.
Yeah, I didn't at first, but then I was when it started. I just was clicking through screens, and I seen after the market opened that it was coming up against that strong resistance point. So I sat there and watched it. It did break through, but the first candle broke and held above it. It was kind of small, if I remember right. So I waited for one more candle. As soon as that candle started going up, click, jumped right in that baby. I mean, I got that candle. That candle was that long. I got in it when it was only that long. I jumped in right away. Got a real good pull on. So I rode that all the way up to 15 and a half, 1560, 1570, something like that. So I had $5.10 a share on 200 shares. That's over 1,000 there. So I had over $1,200 a day today. So.
Nice.
So it wasn't bad. So, and that was on stocks only. I didn't trade any contracts. I was going to, and I'm like, nah, I should have, but I didn't. I was like, nah, I'll just go ahead and
done, Mark.
stick with what I had. I didn't want to, because that was a couple, $3,000-$4,000 I'd already invested, and I didn't want to really spend, more. So
right.
So
let me ask you, while you're doing this, how does it feel? Does it feel a lot less stressful because you don't have the Greeks to worry about? Hey, Callie, mute your mic, baby.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Is it making it easier for you to trade knowing that you don't have the Greeks to worry about?
Yeah, I don't really think about it versus contracts, but yes, that is true. If it pulls back, I know I don't have to wait for it to go back up, because if it goes back up to where it pulled back, it's the same value again, right? Contract, You don't have that. You have to go back to where it was plus another 10, 20, 30% to get back to zero, right? So,
yep.
And worst case scenario, if it tanks on you, you still own the asset. It may not be worth as much, but I don't hold on to anything anyway overnight. It's in and out. I treat it just like a contract. I'm in and out. I don't hold contracts overnight either. Make the profit, get out,
Yeah.
So I'm doing it kind of purposefully so that I can know. Plus, it's reinforcing my use of watching the levels on the L2 at the same time. And but yeah, that's fun. I had no intention of getting in that one, but then when I seen it come up there and bump that line, and I watched it retest it again, I'm like, oh, if this breaks through, I'm going to jump in. And it did. It broke through, but stopped, and then another candle formed. I was like, I got this baby. So the double bottom bounces, money in the bank, scalp them babies. So,
yeah, nice.
I was going to scalp one or two other ones. I'm like, nah, let's not. Let's just take my money and keep it.
Let's not say we did.
Right. I did it up here. I would have made some money on, it wouldn't have been a lot of money, but I would have made some money on them. It didn't go up as much as I was hoping at the time, but it did go up. It would have been like a 6-minute scalp. But so it wasn't bad. I didn't want to get up this morning, but I did. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Don't worry, I won't keep you on here long. We'll put an hour in, and then we'll get out of here, because I it was weird. I did the same thing. I woke up, and I normally, I used to go to bed 1 o'clock in the morning before I was really fully committed to coming in at 4 o'clock. Now my body will tell me, you're tired. Go to sleep. And I normally try to be in bed by like 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest. And sometimes my body will tell me, look, 8:30, we're out, we're done. 9 o'clock, yeah, I can't do past 9. And I'll go to sleep. But last night, we're watching a movie and it was like quarter after 11. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I should probably go ahead. I was starting to get sleepy. Jen was starting to get, it's like, yeah, let's go ahead and knock it down. So I get in the bed and I remember getting up to go to the bathroom and I looked at the clock and it was like 121, which is my grandmother's number. That shout out to you, Grandma. She used to play that in the lottery all the time. It was like 121. Well, no sooner did I get back in bed, all of a sudden, what seemed like minutes, I popped up and I looked at my phone and it said 4:05.
Oh.
And I'm like, holy crap, how did that happen? It doesn't even, I didn't feel like I didn't get the rest because I did, but it was weird. It was like the night just flew. Where did 3 hours go? I don't know, but it was quick. It seemed like I was only laying there for a few minutes and already it was after 4. And, I'm normally in there like quarter of trying to, or right around 4, not 4:05. I don't, but I'm like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, that was my problem. I took a Sunday afternoon nap, and then I wasn't tired. Plus, so and then I got to watching the movie, and I still wasn't tired. I'm like, it was midnight when I crawled in bed, and I got up at 3. So and that's like I actually set my alarm because I was afraid I wasn't going to wake up, and I wouldn't have if it went back to the alarm. But I was tired. I got up. I'm like, oh Lord, I want to go back to bed.
I'll tell you what, that biological clock for me to just pop up like that at 4, it was like, hey, wake up. It's time for you to be up now. You're supposed to be already on the call. It's like it knew.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that I forced myself to do that because number one, I enjoy it. It's addicting, but we work together as a group. We're a team. We're all in the same group of people generally in there every morning, and we all help each other out and search and stuff and look up things and read the news and stuff. So it's a big community effort. To help to make money and. I don't want to let anybody down any more than anybody else wants to let the next person down. So that's kind of why I'm addicted, so
we all are.
yeah.
We all are.
I'll probably be in bed by 9 tonight. I can tell you that right now. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I might. Bachelor comes on tonight. We got to catch up. So, I didn't do too bad today. I'm really happy with the past couple days. I wanted to carry Friday's momentum over into today, and it worked out. You know what I mean? Part of what helped was two things. One was my daughter contacting me, and I know you guys are tired of hearing about it, but that is a huge milestone in my life because my daughter and I haven't spoken in 3 years. And in a weekend, we just talked and caught up, and any animosity that might have been there was just, it lifted. And we, that was a huge thing in my life that I didn't realize was affecting me as much as it was. And it seemed like the floodgates opened to me just being just so ready to just, okay, you know what? My family's back intact. I got to get this done for them. You know what I mean? I gotta really make sure that, I'm able to help her when she needs it. So that, and, the fact that I basically am trying to just stay consistent and, using the shedding technique has really helped. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. Using the shedding technique really helps. So it's like the two things together. And this weekend we were discussing Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. So my mind was also getting right. And I realized, you know what? I'm letting fear of losing in a trade hinder me, had some few bad trades last week, but cleaned it up Friday. So I'm like, don't focus on the bad stuff. Focus on what you did right Friday and take that into the weekend and then into Monday. And that's what I did. And I did this almost the exact same thing that I did Friday. And that's the key. That's what we've been talking about, right? Getting the process down and repeating it over and over and over. And every trade's not going to be the same. But if you do the same process over and over and over, that makes up for the trades being all herky-jerky. NVIDIA didn't have the exact same pattern as it had Friday. But if I stay in it and do the things that I just supposed to be doing, following the 2-minute EWO, or if I'm scalping, getting in and out, not hanging out like it's a 2-minute EWO and losing money.
Yeah.
People confuse it, Callie. They get in a
Yeah.
scalp and they think, let me hold on to it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
it
a
can.
permitted EW.
Yeah.
No, you're scalping. You're supposed to be out.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
know. And I do the same thing that you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I
it.
was
Well,
doing
I'll
it
get
too.
in on the EWO and forget all about it. I mean,
Yeah.
and end up, getting in the red. But I'll forget about it. And
Well,
it's like, well,
It
trade
happens.
living the life of a day trader, or making your money in the stock market. Especially if you're doing it full time like we are.
Yeah.
Not everybody is, but everyone here today is. And trading stocks and relationships are kind of the same thing. You make a mistake, you got to move forward. You just got to keep going. It may be your fault. The mistake may be your fault, whether it's in trading or relationships, and maybe it ain't your fault. It doesn't matter, right?
yeah.
You treat it as one event and move on. You can it's there's a saying, you can't plow a straight line when you're looking backwards, right? So you got to look
Right.
forward and move ahead, leave them things behind, dust
Yeah.
them off, learn from them, journal it, write down, so you don't hopefully repeat the same mistakes.
Yep.
But you just
Oh,
got you
yeah.
got to keep looking forward. If you keep looking back in a relationship, you're always going to bring up anger or regret. Or if you're trading and you're always looking back, you're going to be afraid to enter a trade. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, remember what I did last week? I made this mistake. What if it happens again? Then you start worrying and second guessing yourself, and the next thing you know, you are making
Yeah.
mistakes again. So
Yes.
yep, just keep moving forward. Look ahead. Keep moving forward. Treat each trade as a new trade, a new day, a new opportunity to make money, and treat your relationship the same way. It's a new day. Leave the things in the past behind, move forward, and hopefully be successful in everything in life.
Yep. Nate,
Hey,
Yo, how
what's
you
going
doing?
on, bro? Hey.
How y'all doing, guys?
Hey, Nate.
Hey,
tell me you was in trading stocks, Nate, after you left. You didn't. Oh my,
Mark,
my.
I
Oh,
had my
Did
I had
you?
my tail handed to me today. Yes,
what do you mean?
yes.
You didn't jump in fun?
Sorry.
I did jump in fun, but I wasn't having no fun, and
I'm
it wasn't
about to
having
say,
no
did you
fun with
not
me.
have fun?
You didn't
Yeah,
ride that from $10 to $15 or $16?
Mark,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. When I got out, I got out. I was down like almost about $1,800, and I called it a day. Yeah,
What happened?
yeah. I don't know, man. I Sometimes when I have them good days, the next day I need to, I just need to calm down a little bit because I'm still on a high.
Yeah.
I did like 31,000 the other day, and I still be on that high, and I keep forgetting when I look back at my journal that when I have days like that, I need to calm down the next day because I tend to revert back to over trading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna quit making money. That's all I'm gonna
That's
do.
what I
I'm
would
just
do. I
quit.
just
I don't
stop.
think so.
Yeah.
Well, what do
I
you
don't.
got? Four
I'm
or
just,
5 million? I mean, it's not like you
I'm
need
just
any
gonna
money.
trade. I'm just gonna be trading to be trading. I'm gonna just quit making money, cause money does not serve me well. I'm just telling you, it does not.
I think we all know that that's probably a joke right there, right?
Yeah.
Dawn, I don't know. I don't know, cause
Do
I
you
don't
mean
like having
do
days
you mean
like that.
focusing on the money and just trade to trade? Stop focusing on the money and just trade to trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, if it come, it come. If it don't, it don't. I'm just going to, I made that commitment to myself today. I said, you know what? I'm going to quit trading trying to set world records.
Base hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
basic.
I'm just going to, yeah, if I make $50, I'm just going to take $50 and call it a day.
You sound like
Yeah,
me,
just,
Nate. I'm at the same
yeah,
place. I've been having a couple good
yeah,
days, but it's all because I'm like, you know, I'm not looking for that big payday now. I'm
Right.
looking to
yeah,
just get this shit right. Excuse my
Yeah.
French. You
Yeah.
know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah. I've learned. Yeah,
yeah.
I've learned if I fail 3 times, I quit.
Mm.
If I get 3 red
Well,
trades in a row, I stop. I don't
yeah,
trade no more.
That's a good best practice. That's
And I
coach's
may
rule.
not trade for another week.
Hmm.
You
yeah,
know.
Well, I ain't got to that point yet. I'm just going. I'm just gonna trade. I'm just not gonna trade heavy. I'm just gonna just relax and just if it come to me, Dawn, it comes to me. If it don't, it just don't.
Right. Don't stress over it because the stress adds
Yeah.
to it, as we were just
Yeah,
talking about. Because you take it into other trades, you
exactly.
know.
And I just said after today, I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. How I trade sometime. It's just ridiculous.
Mhm.
And I need to cut that mess out before it become a habit. And
Mhm.
then I end up giving money back every day. And, I just don't like it. I don't like
What
it.
you ought to do is start getting up at 4 a.m. and come into the pre-market with us. There's a dude Nate. This dude Nate,
Yeah.
he's really wise, and if you listen to the actual what he says and
Yeah.
follow some of his suggestions that he learned from Coach, you might be end up being successful in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometime, and I know this is crazy, but sometimes money it doesn't pan well with people, especially when it comes so easy to you. You
Mhm.
tend to you get a little cocky and you get a little crazy with your trading, and you can easily blow your account up and all. Which I don't know if I'd ever do that, but you know,
Yeah.
it just I don't know. It just make me think sometime, to quit chasing, you know, that next million and all this kind of stuff. I don't like that.
Hmm.
I just don't.
It's so
I just
funny.
don't
So
like
what
it.
what you're saying is because you tell us that you put that by the wayside and it doesn't really matter, but it really does, doesn't it?
Sometimes it does, Dawn,
Yeah.
but because that's the only successful gauge you can go
Yeah.
by. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because you either good or you bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and nobody wants to be bad, but when you good, everybody want to see a ruler. You know what I'm saying? They want to see that success ruler, and I don't know. Sometimes it just weighs on me,
Yeah.
and I just need to slow it down a little bit
Yeah.
because I don't need to be on that all the time. I really don't.
Yeah, because I can tell you one thing, and I'm sure I'm probably speaking on behalf of a lot of people in the group. You definitely have already impressed the hell out of us. So if it's us pushing that, I don't I think it's you pushing yourself wanting to be better and better and better and making more and more and more. And that's a human thing
Yeah,
because you see yourself killing it. And your bar is so high, Nate, that it's
it is.
yeah, think about it, man. You've made 100K in a day that we have all witnessed on more than one occasion. That's a hard thing to keep on outdoing, you know? So,
Yeah, it is, and
take that pressure
about it.
off.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the thing about it, I was telling my wife about it today because she noticed I was in kind of a funk. And she was like,
yeah.
"What's going on with you today?" And I was like, "Well, I lost some money in the stock market." And she told me, "I ain't gonna even ask how much. I'm just not gonna ask, cause I'm just not, cause you ain't gonna tell me the truth, no way." So I'm like, "Well, just take it for what it is." I didn't like it, and
Yeah.
I just need to slow down a little bit. So you know,
Yep.
yeah,
And it
so,
happens. It happens, because you're on
yeah,
a
yeah,
completely different level. So, you know what I mean? But we know you'll be all right.
yeah,
You'll be back in there tomorrow and probably be killing it. And tomorrow
uh,
may end up being one of those huge days because I also noticed, just like when you said, when you have good days, you have bad. When you have a couple bad days, you come back and you annihilate
right.
the market. So
But you notice, I noticed something about myself today. Danny kept saying, the money is into the crypto. He kept saying the crypto, the crypto, the crypto. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I don't give a damn where the money is. I'm gonna find some money this morning.
I'm gonna find it
Yeah.
somewhere. Crypto,
Yeah,
dipto, pipto, I don't care.
because I was saying, I wouldn't go tell him that, but I was saying to myself, I don't give a damn where it's at. I'm gonna find some money, cause I'm in here. I done got up 4 o'clock. I need to make some money some kind of way.
Right.
So, and it just got nasty. I mean, it just got real nasty. And the good thing about it, I didn't beat myself down to the point where I had lost that 5 grand a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was like, well, let me stop, and that was the hardest thing, to turn that damn computer off. Oh my God, that was the hardest thing to do. Ooh,
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this:
what's
are
that?
you gonna go back to trading in the weeds, or are you gonna stay with the turbo trader?
I'm gonna trade how I feel. If
Okay.
and I think what it is, if I see, because mentally I'm still taking trades in the weeds. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not drawing a line in the weeds like I was before. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So mentally, I'm still looking for that great entry, to catch it where I can get the most run out of it. And I notice Mark does that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but it works. I mean, you can't say it don't work. It works.
Yeah. We see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the turbo trader, it, it puts you on another level where you can just jump in and make those small scalps.
Yeah.
And, it just takes you to another level. But boy, when it don't go your way, oh my God. Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
like options and stocks. When options don't go your way, that's a
Yeah.
hundred times not going your way. It's a
Yeah.
hundred times up. It's good, but at least the stock it is what it is, one for one. Those options with that leverage, people love it when it goes with you, but when it goes against you, oh, that hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really does.
Hmm.
So, I'm doing whatever I gotta do to make it happen the next day. And
Hmm.
I'll be all right in the morning. I just need to sleep on it.
yeah,
See, the
And
way you trade stocks is like how some people play options because you're on a level where you have that type of leverage. You almost create your own gamma because you can buy stocks like people buy options. You have that financial leverage where
yeah,
people who are using options are using the option strategy to get that kind of leverage. You actually are doing damn near the same type of trade they are because you've got the leverage built into your trades because you got the money to do it. So when
but you
you
know
take
what?
a
Yeah.
hit, it's a big hit because you're in with a lot of shares. It's very
But you know
simple.
what? But
Yeah.
you know what though, Don? I noticed even with options, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, the earlier I trade them, the better I do. The later I get in, I'm like, around 11, 12 o'clock,
Hmm.
them things tend to just chew me up.
Hmm.
yeah.
They just
Well,
chew me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're
Because
getting
you
that
got,
lunchtime
So,
slowdown.
that's what it is, Mark.
uh, so
Lunch.
what?
Lunchtime slowdown.
yeah,
Well, I don't think it's that, Mark. I think because I try to catch them so early, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, mostly around between 9:30 and 10, is when I'm gonna make up my mind whether I'm gonna do options. And the gamma don't affect me because I'm not in them long enough. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Right.
So yeah, so I'm normally through any options around 11 o'clock. And today I tried to jump in the video around 11:30 or so, and it just tore my damn head off. I'm like,
Yeah. It
dang,
had
what
some
the heck?
choppy
I need to stop.
sections. It has some choppy
Yeah,
sections. And if you got in early enough and wrote it out, you would have been okay because it eventually took care of all of that choppiness and ended up going up. But and initially, if you had gotten in at the wrong time, oh, it had some dips in there that would have really killed any calls that you had right off the top and killed them big because there were some big candles in there. As a matter of fact, hold on,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have it.
mm,
After 11:40, after 11:38, it started going up nonstop. After that, chop really calmed down.
well, see, I missed that mark because I had already gotten out, and
Right.
I think I had 5 or 6 contracts. I had like $6,000 or $7,000 tied up in them
Right.
because I went in
Oh
the
yeah.
money.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, God dang, the sun gun is just eating me up.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah,
here's the video for
Yeah,
the
so
day. And with this here, all of this section right
mm,
here, if you got it
right.
anywhere in there, you were probably going to get chopped up. But
Yep.
after, what time is it?
11:20 to 11:40 on.
Yeah,
Wasn't too bad.
look at that sucker.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
look what happened at the end of the day. So, it's, but in here, Oh hell no! This was chop suey.
Mm. Well,
Oh yeah.
it chops through my behind up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, and
Like,
I
look at
and I
that.
screamed out. I said, "That's why I hate these goddamn options." I tell you, these
What time
options
did you
suck
get in
so.
at night?
It dawned. It was like 11 something is when I got in it. So, and I wasn't in it long because it chewed me up so bad. I had to get out of it. I was down like $750. Yeah, you
That's a
still
good of
there?
you. Yep.
Yep. So
That's in,
I just took in when it got back to I think it got back to $400. I was down. I got out of it. I said no, I ain't heck with this. I ain't sitting up in here trading this. So I had done
oh,
had enough by that time.
funds back over 14 and a half already. Again,
Oh my god. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Fun was
one up.
volatile
It's one
too
up.
today now, Mark.
Oh yeah. Till it hit about $10, and then it went clear up to 16 or whatever it was, 15 and a half.
So
Yeah.
Something
right
I
in
wrote.
here, see where it's consolidating? Right in
Right.
this area here is right around the 11 o'clock hour. And look at that big ass candle.
Yeah.
That's
See?
probably what happened right in there.
Mhm.
And see, it
Yeah.
consolidated all through here and it had that big dip. And then it
Right.
went down again here. So even if you try to recoup and stay in there, look, if you draw a trend line from here to here, look at that. That's just basically just going down that whole time, basically. And then
Yeah.
it starts here and picking it back up. Yeah, I definitely see where that could have happened.
Yep, it ate my lunch. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. I just
Let's take a
trade
look at
again tomorrow.
fun. Yeah, make a whole new day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PHUN. I'm so glad I wasn't in this damn thing. See,
I
on the
was.
I'm still in it.
onset, look at it. I mean, it looks like a decent 2-minute EWO here, but
It's
it is
still
kind
going
of
up.
flat.
Yeah.
Well, look what happened here.
Oh, it's flat right
That big
now.
old drop.
It was flat here, but look, and now it looks like it's in the aftermarket. It looks like it's picking up a little bit over here.
Yeah, it did. It went back up.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
it's
I'm
doing right
done.
now.
Yeah, I'm done. I was saying to myself, maybe I ought to go home and get in the aftermarket. I'm saying, no, the hell with that. I'm not trading no more today. Shit. Tired.
Right?
I ain't taking no more losses, and plus mentally I ain't in it. You know?
I get it.
Well,
That's the last thing you want to do, especially if you're not in it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
oh yeah. Yeah.
And all you new traders out there, if this happens where you're having more than 2 red trades in a row, just like Nate said and Callie said, and me and Mark, don't stay in it. If you have more than 2 red days in a row, don't continue to trade. Take a break, stop trading and just start training, or just step away from it altogether, because sometimes you can overtrain too. So you may just need to, take a walk in the park and just get away from it for a minute, and clear your head. And a lot of times that helps me. I'll go play drums or go get a workout in and come back fresh the next day. You know
Right.
what I mean? Sometimes you just got to do that.
All right.
Who's that?
I had to brush my teeth.
We didn't smell your breath, Callie.
Much better.
Anybody got anything down in the chat? Actually, I never said hi to everybody today, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, we
Ignore them.
haven't.
I sure didn't. Let me make sure we acknowledge those of you that have come and hung out. First and foremost, we got Nate, Mark, and Callie up here on the panel, and hopefully we'll get some more people up here. Come on up. We got Miranda down there. Thank you, Miranda, for putting the links up, sweetie, always. We got John L. Hey, John L. How you doing, honey? We got Miguel. We got Callie, who's up here. We got Chicken Nugget. What's up, Chicken Nugget? We got Artaland with the pink hand. How are you, my babe? We've got, what's that one? Brigamo Jordan. Okay, that's a different name. Make sure you click the like button, share the content, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And the link to the top is AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you're not a member, go ahead and join. And if you are, welcome to the Aftermarket. DJ Vinny in the house. What's up, DJ Vinny? We got Bucket saying, sup, ADT and Dawn. What's going on? We got Mark McSee, who made it up here. We got Trevor Thurman down there. What's up, Trevor? Notice the Zoom invite. Okay. Let's see. We got Bucket at Mark McSee. Make sure to tell Dawn she spelled you wrong on the. I fixed that. Bucket. As a matter of fact, I went in and fixed that. And for some strange reason, when I put it up, it seemed like it went back to the T. So I said, damn it, I'm not going live until I fix that again. So I went back and fixed it. And yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. I need to redeem myself. So yeah, it's you. Thanks for keeping me straight, Bucky. Thanks for keeping me straight. I corrected it. Speaking of which, we're trying to get Coach to 15K, guys. So we're at 10,347, only 4,653 to go. We can do that. We just did it. You know,
subscribe, like.
Started the Aftermarket. We had a good 2,000-3,000 to go, didn't we, guys? For 10. So we did it before. We could do it again. Who else we got down here today? We got. I see what you guys are doing, making it look like a lot of people in there. That's pretty cool. Make it work. Real G, what's going on, Real G? Welcome. Santiago, what's going on, Santiago? Glad you made it. Billy Mac, when are you coming back? What's up, Billy Mac? Came back today. Thank you. Special K, what's up, sweetie? How are you? Hamilton, what's going on, Hamilton? Getting it done with the earnings. You earnings whisperer, you. Callie, who is up here with us on the panel. We got Heal. I love that message, Heal. I mean, I love the name Heal, just what it represents.
Yeah.
Steve, what's going on, Steve? We got Farah. Hi, baby. How are you? We got Future Trader. What's going on, Future Trader? We got Anthony Rayner down there. Welcome. That's another name I don't recognize. If you're not part of American Dream Trading, make sure you click the link at the top and get signed up. Don't forget to smash the like button and hit subscribe. We got Mike Clark in the house. Welcome, Mike. We got Trader Vaughn. What's up, Vaughn? How are you? Long time no see. We got Joe Pink. Joe Pink. I was listening earlier to, it seemed like there might have been a weird trade. Listen, if you want to come up here and go over the trade, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
come on up here with us.
Let's pull it up on TradingView, take a look at it, see where you got in like we just did with Nate, and pick it apart. And as you can see, it had a decline right there, right? Now, do I have my lines on here? I don't think so, but I don't have lines on fun though. But, it may have been a resistance area or a support area that you might have been at, So let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. I think that might
be go up tomorrow, ain't it?
Put what?
Fun.
You think?
I don't know.
It
is on an upward trend.
It is.
Yeah.
That it is.
And its history is really magnificent.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Vanessa Britt. I see you, Vanessa. Welcome. We got Real G. I said Real G before. Who else we got? Brandon down there. Welcome, Brandon. Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? The golden voice. The man. He's got the golden voice. Remember the golden ticket, Callie and Willie?
Yeah, buddy, I remember that. We
got Behedged. Behedged. I like that. You guys get that, right? Behedged. Don't be a call. Be hedged. Don't be up. Be hedged. Or you could be down and be hedged if you're going up with a call. You can hedge puts with calls, right?
Yeah. Christina's here.
What's up, Christina? How you doing, baby girl? Hey, girl, hey. How you doing? We got Charles Bowman down there. Welcome. We got Hudson Miller. What's going on, Hudson? We got I haven't come across it. Timo, what's going on, Timo? I see you, bro. Welcome. Timo is another one that's always in the free market with us in the morning. He is so dedicated. We got Jay, what is that? Jay Mech. What's up, Jay Mech? Love it. Make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe and clicking the link up top. Brian T, what's going on, Brian T? How are you? I think I'm finally there at the end. I see Christina. She said, hey, girl, hey. All right. Be hedged with it. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see what we got. I've got one of Carter's videos on tap, and then maybe we can do a trade, Callie, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I can do it. If Mark doesn't feel like doing it, I can always do it. He's trained me well. I can put the little buys and sells in there.
Okay.
Christina, you going to come up?
Come on up here, girl, and chill out with us. All right, we got YouTube. All right, so this one is called Scalping Setup Training. So I'm sure you guys, DJ Vinny, I know you get into these videos a lot. Everybody does. Everybody, don't forget to put a like and subscribe on these videos and a like and a comment on Carter's video. Carter puts a lot of work into these videos, so let's give him some love. Let's go ahead and get the chat out of the way. I hope everybody had a good weekend and had a good day. Come on up here, guys. We need some more people talking about their day today, because I'm sure I wasn't the only person who made money on NVIDIA.
What?
Speaking of
I did make $72 on my Weeble account.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was on, but yeah.
Check that trade out.
I do know it was SPY. Yeah.
75%.
Jumped in with a few, huh?
75% gain right here. We got a buy-in. I bought 5 contracts at 585 total. Shed 2 for 474. Shed another one for 180. Then one for 94. And the very last trade of the day, the one Mark kind of talked me through, and Ted and Bucket, wouldn't let go of that last one. $276 gain on that one last contract.
Nice.
So that's how you shed, guys. You got to get in. You got to get those contracts. And I literally, that 474 was shed within the first couple minutes of being in that trade.
Yeah.
You don't sit there all day and hold it and hold it and hold it. That's the purpose of shedding. When a pullback happens, get your 50%.
Do you think it would help you if you went back over that again? And just over your trade, NVIDIA, and just see, maybe if you could have held a little bit longer or done something different.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just asking you if you think going over your trade with NVIDIA might teach other people something.
Huh? You mean like pull it up on TradingView?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could do that. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So
then we could show them how you shed it.
Let me pull up my phone, because I can tell you, I can pull up the times right there.
Yeah. And then you could just show them the shedding technique off of what you done.
All right, let's pull up the history, because I didn't get a chance to journal it yet. So let's do that, and then we'll watch Carter's video. Good idea, Callie. Good idea, girl.
Thank you.
All right, so let's pull NVIDIA back up.
Oh, Mark had a plan.
Huh?
What?
Did you have a plan, Mark McSee?
You have to read everything that I wrote. It has nothing to do
I
with
was
that.
working on it. Yeah.
Okay. You got to scroll way up. talking about the L2 tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
You want to talk about the L2, Mark?
No.
Oh.
In the morning, I can do it in the morning. I mean, I want to do it when, you got the
from
aftermarket.
Mario Jones said they
Actually,
made 700% on the video.
Come on up here and talk to us about it. What's up, Mark?
Mario?
Yeah, actually, we could, if you want to, we could talk about the L2 when you get done with your other stuff. I could share my screen and kind of point out, because it's the aftermarket, so after hours, so things will be kind of slow there also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be like I don't know how much action's going on, but we can kind of take a look at it.
Okay, so I got in NVIDIA with the 5 calls at 9:39. All right, so we're gonna find that.
Okay, Mark, I understand.
Okay, so here's 9:38 because it doesn't have it. Well, I guess I could go on the 1 minute, right? Well, I'm on the 2 minute because that's what I use the trade-off. So right in here is when I got in. Now, the reason I got in here was because I saw here where NVIDIA had these 2 candles. I waited for the momentum. When I saw this happening, I'm like, okay, we got another good day happening. Not to mention the fact that that's pretty much falling right where the second largest candle is. All right, right on the EWO, right? So I intended on riding it out. Once it got in here, that is when I shed the 2 contracts initially. So I shed 50% right here on this pullback.
I'm sorry, how many contracts did you buy to start with?
I bought 5.
Oh, 5.
Yep. And if you look, if I have this first one, let's see, sell. Okay. I sold it. Yeah, I got in the trade at 9:39 and I sold those at 9:42. Like I said, I only held them a couple minutes because you can see how the gamma was here, right? Mm-hmm. It's quick. These candles were moving quick. Got in, and right up here when it started coming down, and I bet that's going to line up right with that time. Let me see what time that is. Can you tell what time that is, Mark?
9:42.
I'll be damned. Look at that. Okay. So, yeah, because that's exactly when my contracts were sold. So, as soon as this happened, I got out. Now, I got that from Nate and Coach. Okay. 2 things. Coach says when the first pullback starts happening, shed 50%. I was going to shed 3, but I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and shed 2 here. Right. And Nate is another one. When he sees that wick, when he sees that wick, then it's a doji here. But when he sees anything resembling some type of pullback, he doesn't hang out in the trades. He gets out. He's a scalper, just like Coach. When they see pullbacks, they get out. So that's exactly what was here. We had the momentum, made some money. I didn't care. I wasn't thinking about profits at that point. All I saw was this trade, and I saw red happening. In my case, it's blue for my eyes. But I got out. I didn't care if I was in the money, out of the money, how much I made, none of that. All I know is it's a pullback, shed, right? So I shed 2 contracts, and then I stayed in all of this bullshit. Excuse my French. Just stayed in all here. This was treacherous. Couldn't stand it. But that's part of why the EWO makes you successful. You have got to have fortitude to stay in stuff like this, because as you can see, while it penetrated the cloud a few times, not one time did this ever tell you to get out of the trade. Didn't even change colors, because sometimes a color change doesn't necessarily mean to get out, because it does it briefly and goes right back into the green. But that didn't happen here, right, Mark?
Correct.
So that didn't happen here. Nothing said get out of this trade. It could have scared you. So
it would definitely made me nervous.
Yeah. So I shed again. Let me look up what time I shed again because I made another shed. Okay. That was that one. Okay, so the next one was the one for $94. Let's click on that one. That was shed at, okay, so that was shed at 10:02. Let me look. Sorry, guys, it's taking me so long because I got to enlarge stuff because of my eyes. All right, 10:16, 10:12, 10:02. Okay, I
Yep.
shed right here at 10:02, right? Because if you look at it, I'm making money. It's going up here, right? But then this pullback happens again. So I made a little bit more profit and another pullback happened. I didn't want to wait to see if it would continue. I shed one more contract. I didn't shed the rest of them. I just shed one, right? So that left me with two still in it. Let me look and see when the next one was. Okay, so the one for 180 was the next to the last contract, and that was shed at 12:26. So we held on to that one for a minute. So 12:26. Obviously, we're riding up here. Riding through here, probably in here somewhere. Looking at that. No, 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 no. All right, here we go. 12:20, 24. All right, 12:26. Okay, I see what happened here. Here is obviously a pullback. So I sat in it, sat in this, got some more money, which explains why when I shed that one, that was at $180 gain on that one because of all of this. The other one I didn't hold on to it that long. That's why it was $94. But the $180 gain, that's all this in here. And then here this happened. So this here is where I shed the next to the last contract. And then I stayed in this for the rest of the day, all the way up here. And the last one was shed. What was that, Mark? About 3:00? I think it was about 3:00.
Who's that? 130.
$276. Yeah, 304. So that last contract was shed at 304. And I'm pretty sure it's probably up at the top up here somewhere. Yeah, because I waited a little bit. I was being a little bit stubborn on that one. 304. See that right there. So I stomached this. Remember I told you I lost $70?
Yeah.
That was in this crap right here. I sat there and I said right here, nah, I'm done. I'm getting out. That's enough. I'm not losing everything. So as you can see, it kind of toyed with my emotions right here a little bit.
Yeah,
But
it did.
either way, it was like, no, you know what? No FOMO. And I didn't have any buying power to even get back in it, even if I wanted to, if it started going back up. So, and as you can see, that was a good move because look what happened at the end of the day. It was done. It was toast. So it was textbook EWO, just riding it out, getting in and shedding at the appropriate times and not getting scared out by dips. Because at no time did it ever tell you to get out completely.
Not until that.
Not until this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, probably about 3:00.
And it makes perfect sense because look, you've got the 9 that's crossed over here. You've got the 21 that crossed over the 55. All of that crossed over here. And just like Eric Smoto says, that usually means a new EWO is forming. And look, lines right up, doesn't it? And look at that. The red EWO was formed, red cloud, and you're done for the day. So no sense in staying in that. And having hopium that it's going to turn around just because all this happened. It was done. It had run up
Yeah.
all day, you know. So, and that was that. So hopefully you guys, huh?
I'm sorry, Don. Explain
go ahead, hon.
again how you determine when a new EWO is starting.
Usually you can determine that when you see these here. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me enlarge it a little bit. Okay. You see right here? This right here?
Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
crossover.
Yeah, my dotted line, my yellow dotted line is the 9.
Okay.
All right. So the 9 had already crossed over here. But the 21, it doesn't really start to form a new EWO until the crossover of everything. Like the 21 goes under the 55 as well, right?
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
So,
you're right.
yeah, the 9 comes down under the 21. That's for scalpers, letting you know, hey, it's in a downtrend. And that's exactly what happened. It was telling you that it's going in a downtrend. When it gets this far below the 21, yeah, she's going down. So once the 21 followed suit right here, you can see that's when the EWO, even though technically the EWO was kind of formed back here, was flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flat. So this is when the cloud forms, when it starts making bold movements like that, when the 21 and the 9 have now gone below the 55. And that's when you get your cloud and the start of a new EWO. Shout out to Eric Soto for the lessons, because he's very clear on that. And of course, we get that all from Coach. We get our training in the VIP room. So if you guys don't know how to trade and you don't want to just be a call out chaser, and you actually want to learn how to trade and read the indicators and do all the things you need to do to be successful, then you need to go click AmericanDreamTrading.com and sign up. Period. And with that being said,
you got a visual aid for that?
I really do, Mark. Let's see if we can find a visual aid here. All right, let's go with this one, and we'll be right back so Mark McSee can talk to us about the L2.
I might. Okay.
Learn to trade and be on your way to becoming financially free. Go sign up now at AmericanDreamTrading.com, where all our services are easily accessible. And sign up is easy. Simply click the service you want and go. That's it. It is all you.
Mark.
I got you blown up, bro.
Well, you're not going to be able to see it. I'd have to share my screen, and I don't know how I don't know how it's going to work, because when I did my screen sharing the other day, it was all blurry. Everybody said, "Let me try here real quick. Let me." You're going to be looking at the back of my head for a minute. Let me see if I can.
We look at the back of Coach's head all the time.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Let me log in here real quick. See if I can.
Hey, yep, it's all being recorded, so you can look at it again later. She said she missed the explanation for you, Dawn. So she can go ahead. They can go ahead and look at it later.
Yeah, watch the replay, honey. You'll see it. Watch the replay. It's, the cool thing is, as we're speaking, this is all going on YouTube. So
yeah. So that's awesome.
I'll tell you what you do though. Timestamp it. If you're watching it on YouTube right now, just go ahead and timestamp it for yourself. That way, maybe go back. When did I start, Callie? Maybe 10 minutes ago talking about it? 15 minutes ago?
Something like that. Yeah.
What the heck is going on with this thing? Oh, let's try this again.
Hey, Bumblebee. We had an awesome day.
Shout out to Bumblebee. Love the name.
I did too. As long as he don't sting, we're okay.
I love you on the panel, Callie. You really just make my day. I love it when you come hang out with us.
My dog wants me to lay down and take a nap.
Speaking of which, Mark, how's your dog? I was worried about your dog throwing up this morning. That's not good.
She only threw up about 4 more times after that, so she's kind of
She all
chilling
right?
out. She will be. She did eat it. She did eat it. Here, I gotta mute this. All right, so you might have an echo temporarily.
What's the dinging?
I gotta kill the sound.
Yes, Miss Linda, I am. Thank you for asking.
All right. 3 different
Still
audios.
bandaged up. Go out there with Eddie.
I tell you what, those of you who, you know what, I tell you what too, because I also had that video lined up. Let's take a quick look at, because Coach is talking about some shedding techniques. Let's, or scalping techniques. Let's take a quick look at this.
Mic check.
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play Carter's video real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Mark, and then we can go right into it.
All right, so here's Tesla right here. By the way, if you're scalping, not 2-minute EWOers, isn't this a perfect opportunity to buy scalpers? Calls on support.
Puts on resistance.
Puts on resistance.
On resistance.
Yes, Coach. That's why I sold my put there.
So there you go. So if you're scalping, that is your setup. If you're in the 2-minute EWO, we're still in it.
Right.
By the way, I'm back up over $100 on those again. Right now, you guys should have shed here on the pullback, 50%. It came down here. Nobody should have been sweating because you're not a bunch of babies. You're going to be turning into professional millionaire traders, right?
Yes, sir.
Or just being very successful. So this doesn't scare you. This is garbage. You bought here. You're still up. Even if it comes back, stop panicking. You guys still have 50% in here. Let it run. Let it run. Leave it alone. I only bought 2.
Smart.
I'm going to
You're
let it run forever.
genius,
What did I
dude.
say? No fear. I'm in a great position size. Great position size means I am not going to blink at all. It doesn't even phase me. Does that make sense, everybody? Are we all on the same page on this 2-minute EWO trade we're all doing together?
Yes.
Good.
I love this guy. We got the best trainer in the world, guys. We are so blessed.
All right, take a look at my screen, see if it's clear. If it's not, I'm gonna go share it.
Okay.
The other day we had issues where they said they couldn't really see it. You guys will have to tell me in the peanut. Tell me in the peanut gallery. Can you guys read this where my cursor's at?
Yes.
Callie, can you see that? What those numbers say or not? Right here.
Yeah.
You can see all these.
But I'll enlarge it on my phone.
I can't really make it bigger per se.
Yeah.
Well, I could if I change the resolution on my monitor. I guess I could do that. I don't know.
You don't have to go through that, Mark.
All
yeah,
right,
you don't have to go on that.
So this is the L2 order book here. This is like Apple, all right? So we're watching our stock. We're watching all these orders. Things are a little slow. So this chart's going to look kind of goofy, right? So we're scalping. This is on a 1 minute. We scalp on a 1 minute chart. So we're just, I just picked this one at random. So Apple's trading in the aftermarket a little bit here. So it's moving real slow. So what we look for, this is the bid side. That's where you buy. And This is the ask side. This is where the seller is. These are pending orders that haven't been filled yet. These are pending sell orders that haven't been filled yet. Yes, you could buy on the ask and you could sell on the bid, but we're not going to get into that argument. In all intents and purposes, you're buying on the bid and selling on the ask, right? You're buying at the lower price, selling it on the higher price. I'm not going to get into all that buying on the ask stuff because that just takes too long. It's not important. So generally what we'll do is we'll wait in the weeds. There's one method is waiting in the weeds. So you want to see the price is currently $174.95. So if we want to get in cheaper, I don't want to pay the full price. I can look down here. This is the order sizes, right? So there's an order down here for 216. The number doesn't matter. You're just comparing it in relationship to all the other numbers, right? So this could be 21,000. The number doesn't matter. So there's a large order in this case of 216 at $174. I can save myself, 6-7 cents by just, I can put an order in here and wait for it to come and fill. Generally, I'll do it 1 penny above it. So as the sellers sell off, the price of the stock drops, right? So the price of the stock drops when it hits this big wall here at 219. See how that's bigger than other numbers? So that's what we call a wall. That's where it's going to fill that order and then probably move the opposite direction. So where I'm going to put in a limit buy order in right here. So when this comes down, the sellers sell off enough and this will move up because the price is dropping. Then it'll fill my order at 174. It's versus just buying it right now. So that's what you call waiting in the weeds. You pick your price. Well, maybe I want to wait this far. Now, it depends on the stock and how fast it's moving and the volume and everything. You could even say, well, I'm not going to buy it unless it hits this. I'm going to do like these 300 orders are. I'm going to sit here. So I'll put in my order there. If the price sells off enough to come down and pick me up, fantastic. If it never does, well, you just get another trade or you change where you want to get in. So what we say the wall, this is a wall. There's a wall there, a wall there. It's going to want to come down and fill these orders unless other people jump in ahead and drive the price up. Okay. So now you got your sellers over here waiting. They want to sell at a certain price level. And honestly, you'll see there's a wall here, big sell order there. There's a big sell order down here once. So you got 175.30, 175.50, 175.96. If those orders do not change as the price goes up and they don't change their orders or reduce them or increase them, when it hits that level, that order is going to get filled. It's going to sell off, causing the price to drop. Okay. Unless there's an equal or greater amount of buyers coming at that same price, right? Because the buyers and sellers can see what we're seeing right here. We're a buyer and we're a seller, right? So they can see the same thing we're looking at. And every brokerage trading platform is a little bit different, but this is Weebles, all right? The numbers, again, it doesn't matter what the number is. It's just in relationship to the rest of the numbers, right? So this 1,750, that's a huge order comparatively to all these orders and these current orders over here, right? So when that price gets up to there, it's going to stop. It's not going to go past that until that fills. So somebody has to be willing to pay 175.30 for this one to sell at 175.30. So, or above it, cause a trigger. So as the price goes up, this moves up the ladder here, right? And then when it gets to the top, it sells off. So right now, 174.98 is getting ready to sell off. It's at 174.91 right now. So, and then if it gets to this case where there's not much movement, what happens is the sellers get nervous, like, oh, my order ain't going to sell. So they'll change their price. They'll maybe see now here, this one here, he might move this clear up to here and say, well, I'll take 30 cents less. I just want to get rid of it. So these are always changing. They're very fluid. And of course, there's no volume here right now at all. That's why you don't see this move. And then that's the main reason I showed this. When we say there's a wall there, there's a wall there, there's a wall there, that means there's a lot of buyers ready, sitting there waiting to sell. And when it hits it, if there's not enough buyers to push it past that, then the stock price is going to drop. The other thing is you get into consolidation like you got right here. See, this Apple's not really moving. It's because look at the price. If I buy it right now at 190, it just now changed. If I buy it at 191, well, it's going to sell off at 174 and the price is going to drop, right? 174.9. See, there's only 2 cent difference. Do I really want to buy a stock and only make 2 cents profit before the price drops? Not really, right? Why would I want to do that?
I want to see a bigger spread between these two numbers. I want to buy it at 192 or 174.92 and sell it at 175.30. But that ain't going to happen until these orders get filled. So that's why you get consolidation when these two prices are, a penny apart or whatever, depending on the price of the stock. When there's not much of a gap there, you get this because basically you got the buyer and the seller standing there toe to toe punching each other in the mouth. Neither one of them's going to give up, right? They're just going to stand there toe to toe, exchanging bids, boom, 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 back and forth. And that's what consolidation is. It means the price ain't moving. So it just goes sideways instead of up or down.
Yeah, I love when you say they smack each other in the mouth.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's like. It's like a brawl, right? You're just standing toe to toe, literally. The buyer won't pay more and the seller don't want to sell for less, right? So now let's just pretend this is one person and that's one person. Well, that's fine. These two people can duke it out. Well, eventually people want to make money, right? So what's going to happen is the people will say, I got enough of this. So then you'll get a huge order in on this side to override him, and it'll blow right by the buyer, right? His will sell, but the price will just take off because a lot of people came in. And the same way, the other thing could happen. Well, these sellers are getting tired of waiting, so they'll move their orders up or dump a big order to sell just to get rid of it and override the buyer. So it can go either way. So you have to get screen time in when the normal. Yes, Christina.
No, I think she's not feeling well. Callie. Mute it up.
Sorry, I was getting my water.
Okay.
Gotta mute your mic, dear.
What was
so whenever you get buyers and sellers the same price, you're going to move until one of them gives up and changes their position, or 100 more people come in and throw orders in to override. So the problem with this is this thing in the open market, this thing is just rolling like a slot machine. You go to the Las Vegas or whatever and put a quarter in, pull the handle. When it gets in the regular market and there's millions and millions of shares changing, this thing just flies by. It's actually hard to see what's going on. So you have to kind of get a blurred vision of it. You don't care what this number is. You just want to see where the big numbers are at. This thing's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. They'll pull orders out, put orders in, and it's kind of hard to keep track of it. So you have to kind of train your brain to what your eye is seeing. And I refer to that as like looking, if you've seen the movie The Matrix Code. You can see all those numbers and symbols falling down the screen. It looks like a bunch of gibberish, right? But the people in the Matrix and their spaceship, they're looking at the screen and they can see a whole story. Excuse me, a whole story going on there. So because they know how to read that what's those symbols mean. And that's one of the things about the L2. It's just a tool, okay? All these numbers represent, if you would chart out Apple in this case, all right, and get your support and resistance line, and I don't have them on here because I chart on TradingView. All these numbers, these big walls represent is a support and resistance line. Same way over here, the walls on the other side are support lines. These are resistance lines. If you would chart out to Apple's historical numbers, I would almost bet a dime to a dollar that you'll find a strong resistance on your chart, historical resistance on your chart to $175.30. If not, it'll be daggone close, right? So the sellers and the buyers both know where the historical numbers are at, and that's where they're placing their large orders at. So when it gets there historically, when you're charting your support and resistance line, that's all these numbers are. Okay. Nate, I chart. I do chart. I am an advocate of charting your support and resistance line. If you're not charting and your support and resistance lines, you got no business trading a stock. That's my personal opinion and the opinion of many others, because that makes that is saying you're trading blindly. You have no idea where the levels are. You have no idea where the lows are. So you have to do that. And when you do that ahead of time, so on my trading view, I have things charted out. And you compare it over here to these numbers, you'll see how uncannily these all match up, because these people are putting their orders in at historical levels. They're not just throwing an order in there willy-nilly. The guy could easily put an order in for 175.29 if he wanted, but he knows historically on the chart for Apple that there's that there's sell orders at that price. And you'll see that if you chart out your line. So you're basically, this is a numerical representation of a visual chart that's been charted out, okay, where the walls are at. So what this does help, if you combine this with your support and resistance lines on a chart, it just helps you see that there are indeed orders there, okay? You don't need the L2 to trade stocks, okay? You don't need this, right? It's just a tool. It's just something that you can look at to give you an additional confirmation that there are indeed orders sitting there as it goes up and down the chart, as it goes up and down to different levels. You know, so if you have, you know, line here and a line here, I'm just drawing random lines. This don't mean nothing. So these side here would be your support down here, and these lines would be your resistance up. So if you had this all charted out, you would see that these numbers match up. So now Nate is just the opposite. Nate doesn't chart. He ain't charted a chart in his life. What Nate does is Nate uses, and other people use this L2 exclusively because they don't chart. So what Nate and others like him see, they see these numbers. When they see these numbers, they know there's resistance there, and they see this line in their head, basically, is what they're seeing, right? And when they see waiting in the weeds, they're seeing this line in their head. That's all they're doing. So Nate would buy up here, and he knows he's going to sell right before. He's going to wait. He may sell right here or a penny more, or he's going to wait till this comes up and these orders start to fill. As long as these orders come up and start to fill and sell off, he'll stay in the trade. But if it gets up there and doesn't, then he'll pull out and sell. And when it does that, you'll get long candle wicks. You'll see these long wicks. That's where it sits there and it doesn't move, right? And Nate's infamous for when he sees these wicks on the top, that means it's going to push down. He's out.
Gets out of Dodge.
Yeah, and just because he gets out on this candle doesn't mean he won't get in on the next one, right? It's whenever this order fills. So that's what he does a little bit different, because that's just how he trades, and he can see this visually. For him, this is his chart. These are his lines of support and resistance. Most of us can't do that. That's why once you get your lines of support and resistance drawn out on your charts, then you'll be able to say, oh, I can look right over here. Oh yeah, there is a wall right there. So that's going to sell. All them orders going to sell, and there's going to be a pullback. Okay, unless there's a lot of orders coming in. So that's the L2. This is what we're looking for when we say walls. We know there's going to be a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance there. One of the things that does kind of help is that, well, if there's this big order in here, it would be kind of foolish to throw a 10,000 order in here, right? Because it's just going to sell off in 1 penny or whatever the difference is. So you wait for them walls to get filled, and you know once it gets filled and there's enough people coming in behind it, the stock price is going to continue to go up. Or just the opposite. If there's more sales here and not enough buyers, the price is going to go down. So it's kind of I'm not going to say it's a cheat code, but it does help if you can combine the two. The problem is this, unlike right now, this thing moves so fast. Sometimes you got to train your brain to see what's actually going in. You know, this thing is going to be going just like crazy. I don't know if there's one that's moving here real fast or not, but when they don't move, it means there's no volume, right? Nobody's really buying to sell and just sitting there. So it's not really going up in the chart. Most of these are not going to be moving because it's the aftermarket. So, so here's a large order here. You know, you can look at any of these. Where's your walls at? Well, there's a big sell order there. There's a big sell order there, big sell order there. But we got big people want to buy over here, right? If they gets down to 370, this is going to get filled. But right now, sellers, this ain't going to get filled. Why? Because the sellers are willing to wait till 408 to sell. They don't care if it goes down to 360. They're going to sell at 4. So that price will probably not come down and pick this up unless there's, again, it's a very fluid thing. What you see right now, 30 seconds from now, if there was regular market volume, would be 100% different than what you see. Orders come in, orders go out. So anyway, that's just a kind of a quick overview of it. You really have to put the screen time in. And I don't think it's an exaggeration that it may take you 4 to 6 weeks just training your brain and your eyeballs to see what's going on here when this thing's actually moving. This is like froze right now, right? So it takes screen time if you're going to use this. Again, this is not necessary to trade stocks. This is just a tool. It's just another tool in the toolbox. The first thing you shouldn't even worry about the L2. You should be worrying about having your charts charted out with your support and resistance line so you know where the stock movement's at. That is the first and foremost important thing. The L2 does not matter a hoot and holler if you don't do this. If you haven't done this or don't know how to do it, don't understand it yet. If you don't do this and know where your trading levels are at, right? You know, we know it topped out here, you know, bottomed out there, which would be a topped out there, right? Here's another level here. It bottomed out here. See, bottomed out all the way across. It bottomed out, hit the same area. It peaked, right? When it come up, it bounced off of this for a little bit, come up, the wicks touched it, and then it finally broke through it, and it stayed here, and it broke through, hit that one, bopped around like a ping pong ball and come back down, and the line that it had trouble breaking through is now support, so it had trouble breaking through backward and didn't go upward either, so it finally did break through. Now it's down. Now it was ping ponging up on what was previously support. It was now resistance, right? So, and that's all this represents over here. It's just a numerical order flow type of thing that's going in there. Don't need it. Let me emphasize, you do not need the L2 to trade stocks. Okay? You do not need the L2 to trade stocks. You do not need L2 to trade stocks. So if anybody says, Mark said, you need L2. No, you don't. It's just another tool.
Do you need the L2 to trade stocks?
No, you do not. What you do need is support and resistance lines. You need to know your levels.
I thought you said we needed to use it.
Yeah, okay. You need your support and resistance. You need your lines drawn on your charts. Yes. That is the most important thing. If not, you don't know where the levels are. You don't know how far it normally rises and falls, right?
Yeah.
So this is what you need to concentrate on first. Before you even think about adding an L2 to help, to help you do additional things, this is what you have to master. The EWO, getting your lines charted out. EWO first, what you should learn. You should learn EWO first. That's the basic principles that we use here at ADT. It's either that or scalping, and this L2, EWO, 2-minute EWO trading strategy will do more for you than anything.
Right.
And technically you can trade with only the EWO. You don't even look up here. You could have nothing but the EWO and do successful trading. If that's all you could see, you could trade this. You could trade this stock here, this OSHA, right? Well, you wait till the second bar, the next bar is bigger than the first one that started, right? And you trade it as long as it stays green, stays above VWAP if you want the additional. But if you didn't even know what that was, if you just stick with this and find out here it's rolling downhill, okay, maybe I'm going to sell off, right? I'm going to try to maximize most sell off, let it go downhill, wait for the red one to start, put a put in. Now I'm going to trade down here where it goes down here, comes up a little bit, eat some of your profit, but it comes out, well, okay, it's starting to get thinner. I'm going to sell off somewhere in here. You can see it rolling downhill and rinse and repeat. That's all you need. It's just like having these bars. It's just another thing to help you successfully trade. It gives you more information. The coach has proven, he's got some videos that even shows him trading just with these. And he's done it live many times during the day just to prove to us that it works, because it does. Yeah. It's just all these other things, the indicators and all this other stuff, just garbage that will confuse you. Especially when you're first starting out. People are like, wow, what's the 21 and 55 and the 9? What if it crosses over the 30 and the 4 and then Jupiter jumps over Saturn and pigs fly and frogs bump their butts when they jump? Should I buy now, right?
They do.
So, and you get yourself all confused. You overload your brain with too much. Your head spins, right? It's like starting a new job, first day in the factory. How much did your head spin when you walked in trying to learn a new trade? Same way in trading. So there's no reason to learn this and this and this and this and this and all that, to start with. You want to trade stocks, take your time, learn how to chart everything out, start the way you are at the beginning, learn the EWO first. And then once you have the EWO mastered And only once you have it mastered should you consider adding anything else into your arsenal. I can't emphasize that enough. One thing about Coach, you follow his rules and follow his trading principles. What is the number one thing that he does? He keeps it simple, right? Here's an EWO. If you can visually see this chart going up and down, calls, okay, sell off, puts, buy, kind of hangs out, sell when it starts fading away. Here's your calls, buy whenever the second bar is bigger than the start of the first one, buy it, ride it, sell. It's that simple. It really is. And the stocks, you won't go wrong. So that's just kind of an overview how we use the L2. It just, because what happened, the reason that we even look at the L2 in the pre-market is because probably 90% of the stocks that we trade, I shouldn't say 90%, but a high percentage of the stocks that we trade in the pre-market do not have a whole big history of that you can chart out, or
Right.
nor do you have time, because it just jumps up here on our
It
screen
runs
real quick,
differently.
and you got to make a quick decision because we are scalping. So we're not using
Yeah.
the EWO in the pre-market. We don't use this. This is EWO play 2 minute. We are 100% scalping in the pre-market because there's no stops, there's no take profit, any of those kind of things you can put in. It's a pure scalp. You decide when to get in, you decide when to get out. Your finger is what controls when you get in or out. So that's why we don't use this, but we go here because this shows our volume and where the orders are sitting at that time. So that's why we use the L2. That's how I got I never heard of the L2 until I got trading in the pre-market and started.
Me neither.
On that.
Yeah.
And Coach has some videos on the L2. You should go watch them. They're on his YouTube channel. You can go watch them. He also has, for paid members, more extensive videos on the L2, as all his videos. The deeper dives into everything for paid members. There's thousands and thousands of videos that you can access for free. And as you be a paid member and attend the training and classes, you get even more extensive deep dives into all this stuff. So don't confuse yourself. Don't worry about, I got to know the L2. You don't. All you need right now to trade is EWO, EWO, EWO. Chart. Those two things combined will make you a successful trader. Only then, after that, you can use this to kind of help assist a little bit, right? So that's kind of about, there's a whole lot more you could talk about the L2. By the way, ignore this chart up here. That doesn't mean anything. It shows the inflow, like more buyers and sellers, if you want to look at it that way. Problem is, if somebody puts an order, see how the size of these orders, 2,000, 6,000. Well, somebody comes in here and puts a fake 200,000 sell order in. Well, that's going to skew this to a false thing, because it's never going to. They could put a 200,000 order in there for $400. Well, this stock ain't going to no $400 today, right? But yet, that will skew this and show you that there's a lot of sellers when there really isn't. So, and you can always change the L2 here in the middle. You click on this number, you choose how many you want to see. Well, that's all I got. I don't want to get into it too deep. If you take away anything, learn EWO. Learn how to chart resistance and support lines. Master both of those two things, and you'll see these things. And same way with a volume indicator, red and green. That shows us over here buyers and sellers coming in. So don't need the L2. It's just a short-handled Phillips screwdriver in your toolbox with all the other long-handled screwdrivers. So, all right. Any questions? I didn't think so. If none of that made sense, if what I was saying about the L2 didn't make any sense, it's one of two things. Well, one of three things. It's the first time you ever heard it, saw it, witnessed it. 2, I'm a lousy teacher. And 3, you're just learning, and you'll eventually learn it the more you look at it. So, right? So again, don't get hung up on it though. I love it.
You're definitely not a lousy teacher.
I don't use the L2 much in the open market. It's not that I don't look at it. I look at it if I'm unsure if there's any orders. It's kind of like it might hang out here like this. Well, you can't see it. It's on my other chart. It may consolidate here, and I'm wondering, well, is there any orders getting ready to fill here, make me want to stay in it? And I'll see those, and it just helps build confidence a little bit.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, that's all I got done.
Cool beans, man. Well, thank you for doing that
Mark,
for
that
us.
was great.
Yeah. And getting everybody getting everybody in the zone for that, and at least getting some understanding. Let me see everybody in the chat. Did you guys, get something from that? Did you understand what he was talking about? Because that was pretty clear cut. You know what I mean? If you have any, confusion about the L2, I think that should have probably cleared it up for you. I mean, it's basically the same thing as drawing lines, but if they line up, and I use the L2 as a backup. I like using the L2. I use it as a backup because, to Mark's point, Nate doesn't really need the lines. And for the most part, I don't either. At first, I was just looking at the L2, but once I got into TradingView and had the indicators, finally shoved at me to the point where it's like, no, you need to use these. And I finally got wind of how to use them and chart with them. It was like, okay, why have I not been doing this? You know what I mean? So it definitely adds to the L2. I'll be honest with you. It definitely adds to the L2, but the L2 also gives me a backup to make sure that my lines were right. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like there's a lot of consolidation here. Go on over to the L2 and check it out and see if there's any buyers over there or any sellers at that level. And lo and behold, it usually lines right up. It's like an extra indicator.
DJ Vinny says, "Hey, Mark McSee, where can I go? Where can one go to learn all that?"
Well, I'm glad you asked. If you're a VIP member or a VIP Gold member, you can join us at 4 a.m. in the pre-market VIP Zoom room, and we go over this every day from 4 a.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. basically.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Every day, Monday through Friday. Where you
I'll
can
tell
even
you
ask
what.
more detailed questions while we're trading.
Another cool thing you can do is sign up for the mastermind class that's happening this Wednesday at 4:30. And I'm going to take this as an opportunity to let you guys know I'm going to be in that mastermind class. Love ya. But the aftermarket is going to be put on hold. We'll still come in here if you want for a little bit, but just to check in on everybody after it's over. But it all depends. It's 90 minutes long, guys. So, it's really, I think we're going to go ahead and skip the aftermarket on Wednesday. But hey, it is what it is. You're skipping it for some good learning, right? So
Mickey, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Coach, don't be pissed at me, dude, but I got to be in that class. I have a small account and I need the help. So
I'll be there too.
Yep.
And how much is that class if someone wants to attend?
It is only $199, Callie. And you just reminded me that I forgot to put it in this video. That was really just more for a reminder.
Yeah. Mickey B, Sweet Tea wants to know, do you buy and sell on the ask?
You can. You can
if
buy
you're
it.
Using Turbo Trader.
You can do it. You can do it however you. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother discipline. I don't even want to discuss it. I know people that do it. So yes, you can do.
It's not that. It's just right. Look, it's not that big a deal. Listen, if you come in the pre-market, if you want to know how to do stuff like that, come in the pre-market, and you can watch Nate, because Nate trades like that now. But he also uses both strategies. That's why we were asking him earlier if waiting in the weeds is something that he's going to continue to do, because also if you're going to buy and sell on the ask, you're also running the risk of over trading if you're doing a lot of that and losing money. So unless you have it timed out perfectly like Nate does, even he's the best of the best, and he even kind of over trades and gets it wrong a little bit sometimes with that. So buying on the ask and selling on the ask is a very, very fast-paced, advanced strategy, and if you're a beginner, you shouldn't be doing that. So that's really why we don't want to discuss it. But if you want to see it in action, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard, and you'll see Nate do that. And Mark as well. Aren't you doing that, Mark, when you get in
I'm kind
You're
of.
doing it. You're getting it
Kinda.
done.
I'd rather wait in the weeds. I'd
Yeah.
rather decide what I want to pay. If there's enough volume to move it up and down, I
Yeah.
will try to wait in the weeds. But other times I just jump in whatever the price is and then
Yeah.
sell. So yeah,
But new traders, wait in the weeds.
yeah.
It's
By the
better
way,
for you.
that mastermind class, it's $199. Coach is going to do about 6 of them a year, every other month. And they're $200 a piece. You might as well just say, right? So there's $1,200 a year in value for that. If you had to pay it out of your own pocket, it's $1,200 a year, right?
Yep.
And you could get the VIP Gold add-on for how much, Don? Now?
2,500.
25. Yeah. So there's half the value right there in the membership. So that's included automatically in your VIP Gold membership. In addition to every Saturday trainings with David, I mean, a minimum. I mean, I think we're always in there 2 hours. It's supposed to limit to like an hour and a half or so, but people ask questions and we get deep dive into subjects so much, and they just go on, right?
And shout out to Lee, because I keep forgetting to mention, Lee does so much with the news. We've got a news channel for VIP Gold that Lee constantly updates. I mean, that's why we call him Lee Zinga. We don't need Ben Zinga now because we got Lee Zinga. And that's also included in the VIP Gold. So if you trade off of news and you know the value of trading off of news, that channel is invaluable.
That's what we do in a pre-market. We do that in a pre-market. We use that all the time to make money. Every single day, if there's a stock that's got news, it's going to move. Could be anything from we've cured cancer to,
third stage of FDA approval on something.
Yeah, FDA approvals. They got a new CEO, they fired her, whatever. There's all kinds of different types of news, earnings.
Who has Elon Musk pissed off today?
Yeah. So we use that stuff that Lee puts out, and we actually make money with that information. So it's well worth it. I started out with a lifetime. I went full boat, bought a regular lifetime membership. I didn't fool around with a monthly. I saw what Coach was like just by watching him for a week or two on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I just jumped in whole hog, both feet. And then I did the VIP lifetime, and now I'm in the gold also. So I've paid for all that stuff. Plus there was stuff that's automatically included now that he was selling a la carte at the time that I paid extra for those things.
Now it's all of that.
And now it's all part of the membership, So I actually overpaid, but I didn't overpay because every one of those things that I purchased, VIP member, a lifetime VIP Gold, they've all paid for themselves. If not in the indicators, you sell them separately. Every one of these things I bought have all paid for themselves in additional monies that I've earned in the market for techniques that I didn't know about beforehand.
I want to thank Coach for not only making me a moderator and giving me access to these invaluable services, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day, ladies and gents, is invaluable. I'm just so blessed, that he saw something in me and he appreciated, the content creating that I was giving him enough to pull me in and take me under his protective wing and give me these services. Because as you can see, I didn't piss on them. Just because I didn't pay for them doesn't mean they weren't valuable to me. I am focused on this goal that I have, and I needed that. So for him doing that, and I didn't expect it, but he did it out of the kindness of his heart. I don't know what I'd do if Coach hadn't done that. I'd be out there like a chicken with my head cut off trying to, should I watch this video? What video? But being in the VIP, you've seen the trades I've been making lately. That's because of the VIP training. It was going to take at some point, and it finally has. And I'm just going to take full advantage of it. So if you can get in there, it's something that will change your life, because as long as you get the process down and you're consistent, you will make money. You don't have to worry about money anymore. Money will be there if you do the process that he teaches you right. I just sat there and went through that video. Shout out to Callie. Chat and went through that went through that trade. And lo and behold, we watched a video literally right after that. He was describing everything that I did today.
Yep.
Imagine that. I did today. Right?
Imagine that.
So I'm holy crap, dude. It works.
I think you drinking the Kool-Aid like I
I
have.
think I have.
Yeah, he's done that to me before.
Yeah, I think I have. I'm like, holy shit. Not that I didn't think it didn't work, because I've seen, faith is
Mhm.
evidence of things unseen. We've seen Jimmy, Nate, we've seen Brady, we've seen all these guys. Mark Larson now, shout out to Mark Larson. We've seen all these guys. You, Mark, we've seen Cal. We've seen all of you guys use his strategies and make money. I have used his strategies and made money. So come on, it
Exactly.
works.
Hey, sorry, Don.
No, go ahead, baby.
Log into Zoom at 4 a.m. and you can sit there and watch Nate. Everybody that's interested in watching the L2, you can come in at 4 a.m. on Zoom. And if you're a VIP member, you can come in and watch. Yeah.
Well, trading is not a spectator sport.
No.
You have to be an active participant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You have to learn.
Right.
Got to play to win.
You can watch all you want, but then you got to implement it in your life,
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to, it's for VIP membership levels and up that get access to that room. Do you have a thing about VIP memberships, Don?
Do we have a thing about VIP memberships? I don't think we do. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to play the VIP Gold one because I'm doing some editing tonight when I get off of here. Matter of fact, I'm probably getting ready to shut it down so I can work on some more videos. But I have to correct it because the pricing is wrong, and I don't want to keep playing that with the wrong pricing. So, but the VIP Gold is an add-on to everything that you just saw, which now includes Lee Zinga's news. It includes the weekend sessions. It includes breakout sessions, afternoon breakout sessions. And it also includes the mastermind classes and a one-on-one with a moderator. We're leaving out one of the biggest pieces of that. A one-on-one with David. I'm so stoked. I have one set up for April. I'm so stoked, man. You have no idea, because that's going to take it to the next level for me. That's going to just solidify things. You know what I mean?
I won't again until next year. I gave mine away. Remember?
I do. I remember that.
No. I wanted to do that.
That was
so. That's good.
Well, shit, you don't need it as bad as I do, though, Mark.
We all need it. I don't care who you are. You sit with David for an hour, you're going to come out smarter and understand things better. So
definitely. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut things down. Thank you, Mark. I know you're retired, baby. Let's go home.
No, it's not free. You have to join American Dream Trading, the VIP team, in order to watch Nate train. I'm sorry, but it comes at a cost.
Hey, don't be sorry. It's the price of doing business. I mean, Coach has got to earn a living as well, and that's his product.
You're getting a college education every day. College level.
Yeah, you are.
Master's
and all these classes are no different than if you were going to college. Probably a lot cheaper than the classes in college.
And you're going to make a hell of a lot more money than you would. Well, I'm not going to say that, but chances are, if you learn this right, you're going to blow any career you can make out of the water. Really.
You're going to make more money than you would with that stupid history degree.
I know, right?
Or that art degree.
Right.
I tell you what saved me is being disabled. I don't have to pay mine back now.
Yeah.
So. It never done me any good, So.
Membership has its privileges. Don't feel bad if you can't afford it at this time. If you can't budget it in your budget, it is what it is, right?
There are monthly classes though they can do if it's in their budget.
Right.
Listen, he's got a plethora of education right here on YouTube.
Yeah,
a plethora. If you just dig in there, you got
that word. A plethora. Can't say it.
But if you just dig into the playlists here, you're going to get
Yeah.
so much out of that. Just structure it, pick out what you want to learn. I would, if I were you, I would start with support and resistance lines,
Right.
and give that a side order of the EWO strategy. Those two things alone, you're
Right.
golden.
Yeah.
It's all you need. It's all you need is EWO.
And it's all on YouTube, and it's free on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
So start there if you don't have the money. Callie, thank you for coming and hanging out. Mark, thank you as usual for hanging out. Everybody down in the chat, thank you guys for participating and, just hanging out here with us in the aftermarket and all of your comments and questions. We love you. We appreciate you. And everybody have a good night. Get ready for Wednesday. And if you can come tomorrow in the pre-market, we'll see you at 4 a.m.
What's
Right?
Wednesday? Oh,
Wednesday is the
Mastermind class.
the
Might
mastermind
want to
class
play
at
it again.
4:30.
Yeah.
So there's no aftermarket. Most likely, no aftermarket Wednesday. Correct.
Correct.
So,
our brains
so
will
you
be
know what
mush
I'm
by
going to
then.
do? I'm going to come over here and wait.
Right. Because if it's an hour and a half, what is that? 5:30. That's 6 o'clock. I suppose I could
that'd be
come on
late.
between 6 and 7, but
Yeah.
I'll see how I feel. It's
Yeah.
if I feel like coming on at 6, I'll come on and stay on for like an hour, and maybe we can recap something. I don't know, but not making any promises. But hopefully you guys will be there, and if not, we'll definitely see you Thursday. So.
Do we want to check these questions? Make sure we got everybody answered.
I didn't see any more.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Well,
you guys. Glad seeing you here.
everybody have a good night.
Now.
Bye, Bubbles. Bye, Christina. Hope you feel better.
Y'all like my tractor?
Bye,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
draw
do.
that?
We
See ya.
we have a John Deere room, and so I done a caricature on my back wall.
Oh, that's cute, Callie. I love it.
I got corn climbing out of the ground, running because there's a tornado coming.
Oh, wow. That's cute.
I love you guys.
Love you, baby. Everybody have a good night.